Okay, today we are doing page 147 and 148. This is a review of least common denominators, and they give us a chart with a couple of fractions to start with, 1 over 8 and 1 over 3. And they're asking us to figure out the multiples. Now, first thing I need to know is which number I'm figuring out the multiples are of the denominator. It says at the top of the chart, denominator. So with our first fraction, what is the denominator there?
1.
See, 1 is the numerator. What is the denominator? You know. What is 8 is the denominator. All right, and to prove that you know it, what is the denominator of that fraction right there?
3.
3, yeah, the denominator. How about, let me ask you this, what is the numerator of that number? 1, very good. And what is the numerator of this number?
1.
1. So the numerator is always the top number. And remember, denominator, think D, think downstairs. Downstairs, the lower number is our denominator. All right, so I need to know the multiples for 8. What are our, tell me some of the multiples slowly of 8.
8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48.
And we'll stop there. 48. And ... saying that it goes on. And then let's look at multiples of 3. What are our multiples of 3?
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24.
Okay, and we'll stop there. 21, 24. And we'll put ... saying that it goes on and on and on. So here, with these numbers, what is our common multiples? Meaning we see it both in our 8 multiples and our 3 multiples. Let's see, what do you see that's both here and there? What's the first one you see?
24.
So we need to write 24 in our common multiples. What else?
48.
48. What else?
72.
72. Let's stop there. That's good. And we could keep going, but we'll stop there. ... It continues on. And so these, there. Now it's saying LCM, LCD. Do you remember what LCM means? What does it mean? Lowest. Yeah.
Common
Multiple. You're right. Lowest common multiple. I thought it was lowest common monkey, but it's lowest common multiple. Do you remember what LCD is?
Lowest common denominator.
Yep, lowest common denominator. And they're going to be the same for this. So you told me our lowest common multiple. What's the lowest number that we have here?
24.
24. So 24 is going to be our LCM. And then also 24 is going to be our LCD. All right. Let's do the next one on the chart. It's 1/4, 1/6, and 1/2. All right, and we're looking for the multiples of 4. The multiples of 4 are, and go ahead and read them to me.
4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28.
28. And I'll do ... saying that it continues on, but we'll stop there. What about for 6? What are multiples for 6?
6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36.
2? Multiples for 2?
2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 12.
10?
Yeah, 10, 12, 14, 16.
Good. All right, so now we got to figure out what are our common multiples, meaning that they are in all 3 of these. In this one, and then this one. What are our common multiples?
12, 24, 36.
36. And there's more, but we'll look at those. And our lowest common denominator is 12. And our lowest common multiple, lowest common denominator, they're both 12 is what you need to write over on this way. 12 and 12. Good. All right. Now we're looking at fractions. Now we're looking at fractions here. Okay, and follow along with me then. All right, so it says follow the signs. Final answer should be written correctly. Okay, so we've got a problem. Whenever you add or subtract fractions, we must have, do you remember?
We must have
Common
denominators.
Yeah, so to add or subtract fractions, we must have common denominators. The fraction they give us is 13 4/5 minus 9 2/15. All right. Well, we don't have common denominators, so I'm going to make it so we do. I've got to think here. I've got to think of a number that 5 and 15 both go into. What's a number that 5 and 15 both go into? Can you think of one?
3.
Let's see. 3 goes in and
2. No.
let's see.
5.
5 and 15. Well, 5 goes into both of them. But what goes into 5 and 15? 15 goes into... Wait, I'm saying this confusing. Let's back up. What's two numbers they both go into? 15 goes into 15. That's the lowest thing that goes into. So I'm going to put a 15 here and a 15 here. You going to change the color?
Yes.
Change it to a darker one. Yeah. All right. Now we got to change this 5 over here. 5 times what equals 15? Well, 5 times 3 is 15. If we do a times 3 here, we got to do a times 3 here. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, 5 times what is 15 times what is 15? 15 times 1, so we do a 2 times 1 and we get 2. Now we have common denominators. Now we can subtract. 12 minus the 2, we get 10 over 15. 13 minus 9, we get 4. We're all done. So we got 4 and 10/15. Are we done?
No.
No, because we have to reduce this. 5 will go into both 10 and 15. 5 will go into 10 2 times. 5 will go into 15 3 times. Now we're done. 4 and 2/3. B, we have 7 and 3/8 plus 4 and 2/4. Okay, we got to get common what?
Denominator.
Yeah, we got to get common denominator. So I'm going to bring this over. 7 and... What does 8 and 4 both go into?
2.
2 goes into them. 4 goes into them. But what's a number that... See, our multiples of 8 are 8, 16, 24, 32. And our multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. What's the lowest number that they both go into? Let's see.
8.
8, yeah. 8 is the lowest number they both go into. 8 times 1 is 8, so 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 2 is 8, so we got to do a times 2 here. 2 times 2 is 4. Now we have common denominators, now we can add. Always remember, you must have common denominators to add or subtract fractions. 3 plus the 4 gives us 7. Keep the 8. 7 plus 4 gives us 11. And we have 11 and 7/8. All right. C. 4 and 3/9 plus 7 and 1/3. Okay. We don't have what? Common Yeah, we don't have common denominators, but we're going to have one. We're going to make it happen here. 9 and 3. What's the lowest number that they both go into? What's the lowest number that 9 and 3 goes into?
9.
Yeah, lowest number that 9 and 3 go into is 9. So, 9 times 1 is 9, 3 times 1. 3 times 3 is 9. So we do a 1 times 3 there. Now we have common denominators. Now we can add. 3 plus 3 is 6 over 9. 4 plus 7 is 11. Are we done?
No.
No, because it can be reduced. 3 goes into 6 and 9. So our answer is going to be 3 goes into 6 2 times. 3 goes into 9 3 times. Our answer is 11 and 2/3. Okay, next one. Read me the directions for number 3 there.
Write the number in the blanks that will make the fractions equivalent.
Equivalent, perfectly said. That's a hard word. So we know that the question is, what's going to go right there? 5 times what equals 10?
2.
Yeah, 5 times 2 is 10. So if we do a times 2 here, got to do a times 2 here. 2 times 2 is what?
4.
4. So 4 over 10 for the first one. Next one, we get 4 over 13. We get 4 over 13. Yeah. I'll take care of that, yeah. 4 over 13. Something over 26. So we got to figure out. Hey, how are you?
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Your brother's doing so good.
All right.
Okay, 13 times what will equal our 26? 13 times 2 will equal 26. So if we do a times 2 there, we've got to do a times 2 on top. 4 times 2 is 8. All right, next one. C is 5 over 9 equals something over 36. So the question is 9 times what equals 36? 9 times 4 is 36. If we do a times 4 there, we got to do a times 4 here. 5 times 4 is 20. Our answer is 20. 4 over 7 equals something over 35. So we got to ask ourselves, 7 times what equals 35? 7 times 5 is 35. So if we do a times 5 here, we got to do a times 5 up on top. 4 times 5 is 20. Okay, let's go ahead and look at 4a. 335 divided by 42. And we'll do our dad, mom, sister, brother, rover steps. Does 42 go into 3? Does 42 go into 3? No. So we'll put an X there. Does 42 go into 33? No. So we'll put another X here. Does 42, well, better. Does 42 go into 335? Yes. So we know that our first number is going to go right there. We'll cover up our last numbers, cover up our 2, cover up our 5. And we're asking ourselves, how many times does 4 go into 33? To estimate the problem, just for estimating, how many times does 4 go into 33? Now, 4 times 7 is 28. So let's try a 7. And that's our dad's step of divide. Now we need to multiply, our mom's step of multiply, 42 times 7. When you do that, you get 294. 294. Now we do our sister step of subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. 3 minus 9 we can't do. We have to borrow. So we borrow 1, and now 13 minus 9 we can do, and we get a 4. Now, our brother step is bring down. There's nothing to bring down, so we're not doing that. And our rover step is repeat or remainder. This is our remainder. It's going to go up there. 7, remainder, 41. Now, in the directions, it tells us to check. So we need to take our 42 and our 7, multiply them together. 42 times 7. When we do that, we get 294. Then you need to add your remainder plus 41. And when you add your remainder, you get 335. Now that's not your answer, but if this number matches the number we have up here, then it checks. And put a check mark there, saying that it checks. Our answer is our 7, remainder, 41. All right, next one. 175 divided by 81. Okay, we'll do our same steps of dad, mom, sister, brother, rover. First step of divide, dad. Does 81 go into 1? No, we need to put an X there. Does 81 go into 17? No, we need to put an X there. And our first number, does 81 go into 175? Yes, it's going to go there. It's going to go right here. Now let's figure it out. Estimating, let's cover up our last numbers. Cover up our 1, cover up our 5. Just to estimate, to figure out what will go there. How many times does 8 go into 17? It goes in 2 times. So in estimating, let's try a 2. Always remember, it might be right, it might be wrong, but it will be close. When we do 2 times 81, we get 162, and that does work. That was our mom step of multiply we just did to do get our 162. Now it's sister step of subtract. 5 minus 2, 3. 7 minus 6, 1. And we get 13. There's nothing to bring down for brother. Oh, poor brother. And then with the repeat or remainder, it's a remainder here. Our 13 is going to go up to the top. 2, remainder, 13. Let's check it like the directions say. 81 times 2, 162. And then add our remainder of 13. And you get 175. Is this the same as this? Yes, so this checks. Our answer is very sloppy up there. Our answer is 2, remainder, 13. And sloppy right there too. All right. Go ahead and do the rest on your own. You're awesome. I believe in you. You're going to do amazing things in your life. You are wonderful.